Okay, we'll step back and just get a little real here for a second about one thing. And I like to keep it real. Food here is very tasty. We've eaten at all the specialty restaurants except the steakhouse. And we've eaten at the buffets, both at the Seaside restaurant and at the main restaurant. Starting from the top, I would say our best specialty restaurant sit-down meal was at the French restaurant, La Sens. I had a wonderfully cooked and delicious Chateaubriand. The waiter also suggested I ordered lamb chops, and indeed those were delicious too. If I went back, I would have maybe 2 orders of lamb chops. It was that good. Comfortable meal. I didn't get a lot of follow-up at the table as I would have expected, but didn't need it. Everything turned out great. Sometimes the salt and pepper shakers are plugged, so you have to either tap them on the table a few hard times or get the waiter to unplug them if you choose to use salt and pepper. The next would probably have been in specialty the Italian. However, I had a tenderloin dish that was ordered, and the 2 pieces that came out on the plate were well done. And I had ordered medium rare. They looked like they were almost leftovers from the day before. They were that well done. And I tried to express that afterwards tactfully. But the appetizer was delicious. The octopus, although it said grilled octopus, and it really wasn't. It was more like poached. It was tender, but there were no grill marks to be found. The next was kabuki, Japanese teppanyaki. If you've never been to a teppanyaki restaurant where they cook the food in front of you and you're in a U-shaped table facing the grill or the flat top where the cook performs, basically cooking fried rice and the shrimp and chicken and beef. And that will be interesting to you. I've seen that before. It was nothing new. Wait, got me a little deep there. But as far as the food tastes, kind of bland. Needed more salt. Sushi was so-so. Nothing spectacular. I have plenty of sushi options at home that I prefer. And after that, we did not try the steakhouse. So I don't have any opinion about that. Our friends did the first night, and they weren't too pleased with their filet. He said it was the worst cut of meat he'd ever had, but he followed it. They replaced it with a churrasco, which he said was decent. The buffets have so many options that it's hard to walk away not feeling fulfilled. I mean, you've made the choices that you put on your plate, so if you didn't like it, it's kind of your fault. There were some amazing quantities of seafood at the main buffet last night. I felt sad because I felt like there was going to be a huge amount of waste. I mean, we're talking razor clams, scallops, big sea clams, massive shrimp, and there weren't a lot of people like descending upon that, which surprised me. I don't know how you can maintain that. There's a lot of cost centers that I think are probably out of balance here that they're taking a loss on, but I'm no expert here, but I don't see how they, I think there's room that it could be tightened up to give them a little more financial security. I did have a delicious sea clam. Now here's something. I think it was on the lunchtime. It was on the plate on the buffet at the Seaside restaurant, and it was exceptionally clean. Like most of the time you eat a cooked clam, like the stomach is strong, right? This was very mild. It was white inside. It was that clean, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And a day later, I started having symptoms of TD, right? Traveler's diarrhea, and it wasn't pleasant. I had that for a good day and a half. And its characteristics were that of a clam, if that makes any sense to you. And I mean, like, there was evidence in the sensory department that that was probably where it came from. A couple shots of Pepto-Bismol, 1 Imodium, and I'm okay. No fevers, had a little bone chill, a little achiness for the first 12 hours, but after that, I've been fine. Yeah. Some things you may not be used to seeing out on a buffet. Like, how can that be safe? I honestly don't know the answer, like cold cuts and such, to have a real glistening look to them on a cold, chill plate. You know, eat at your own risk. Be careful. You know, choose wisely. I think cooked items are safer than raw, and salads that aren't really well refrigerated, that have ingredients, it just might be a little risky. You know, you gotta be careful about this. Still have fun, but be careful. Take small quantities. Try them. Make sure they taste good to you. You know, don't go all in on something because you're either gonna waste it or you're very sick. But this is what you face in any buffet. You know, it's kind of the rules of the road. But yeah, this is it's a good resort. I think Punta Cana it's a decent destination. It was exceptional value at the time we booked this. So from that perspective, no complaints. I think all in all, I would say that the appearance of the resort is magnificent. However, there are a lot of structural appearance things that don't resolve into any factors that would cause you to dislike your stay, but appearance issues like cracks in walls and ceilings and tile falling out of pools that, you know, unless you're hunting for real defects, you wouldn't really come across these issues. You wouldn't say anything about them. But, you know, they're cosmetic in nature, and you know, if you see them and that causes you to look down on a place, then you know, it may not be the right time to come here, because they're obviously always maintaining the property. There's significant roof damage, for example, tile and asphalt shingle damage from, I'm sure, hurricanes in the season. You know, they're getting to it, but they're not all repaired overnight, I can assure you that. Plumbing, you know, hot water, most of it, I'd say 95% of the time, was in plentiful supply. We had one dinner time where the water pressure was very low and there was no hot water, but that's everybody getting ready for dinner, you know, so that happens. Supplies in the room, didn't have a problem. We had face cloths, we had hand towels, we had massive bath towels. They are the largest bath towels I've ever seen or used. And our room had an upstairs balcony with a giant jacuzzi spot, which we didn't use because I can't justify filling up a tub that large with water in a place like this when there are pools in the ocean right here. But it offered a beautiful view of the beach, down the beach, sunrises, and you know, just beautiful palm trees, really gorgeous scenery. The room was air conditioned sufficiently. We did ask for a dehumidifier because we had a lot of wet floors when we got here, and then heavy winds on the first day blew open our upstairs balcony door, and rain came down the stairs and kind of caused about a ½ inch of flooding near the bathroom. So we had that all week. No problem. Our butler took care of that, had it brought up to our room. You know, I'll see if I remember more I can add to this lengthy review.